Should I ask her?
Antonio! This place is so beautiful. This island is so beautiful. I can't believe it's our last day on Maui.
Which is why we need to make the most of it.
Yes. Just you and me, no distractions. I promise the whole Ray business is out of my head till we get back to Landview.
Promise?
Promise. I want today to be perfect.
Ah, me too. More perfect than you've ever dreamed possible.
So what's it gonna be, RJ? Are you going to help me? Or am I gonna tell Nora that you gave me the drug that I used to wipe out her memory?
Hi, Vay.
You are not going to tell Nora anything.
Oh, yes,
Because
I am.
if you do, I will make sure that you never escape from here. And I'll give Tilly whatever she needs to make the next 28 years of your life hell on earth.
Nora? Nora, just the person I've been wanting to talk to.
No, I won't handle your appeal.
You know, I always told everybody you are very funny. But I'm serious. I have some very important information to tell you.
Jen, I can't tell you what's wrong with Natalie.
You can or you won't.
Both. You just have to trust me on this one.
We agreed we'd tell each other everything. We love each other, don't we?
Yeah, of course we do. How could you even ask that after everything we've been through? Jen, you know I love you.
Then why won't you tell me the secret?
So, what's all this DID stuff?
What do you mean? Why are you asking me?
Oh, I overheard you and Christian talking earlier.
You were spying on me?
No, I wasn't spying on you. I came around the corner and I happened to overhear, all right? It sounded personal, so I backed off. But I did do some checking. DID, that's like multiple personality disorder, right?
Yeah.
So why were you talking to Christian about it?
Hey. Hi. Look, I never asked you for nothing before, right? Because I've never been in a church before. But you gotta do me a favor, okay? And it's a one-shot deal. I'm not gonna ask for anything else, okay? You gotta let Ben die, okay? I mean, peaceful and all that, you know, but just let him die. Because I can't stand pretending to be Vicky anymore.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Shh, quiet.
You know, I understand you don't want anybody to see me, but nobody ever tells Roxanne Holden to be quiet. What is this, a church?
No, it's a lean-to. Of course it's a church. It's a hospital church, so show a little respect.
Hey, what are they going to think of next? Is there a hospital bar?
I wish. Kneel down.
And do what? Pray?
Yes.
For what?
For what? For my husband. He had like a terrible accident.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah. And he's this close to being dead. That's why we gotta pray.
Okay, well, I'll try anything once. What does it have to do with me?
Any sign of him waking up yet? Looked hopeful last night for a minute, but there's been nothing since then. Just a waiting game. Yeah. We're doing everything we can, Bo, but well, it's out of our hands right now. I'm sorry.
Would it be okay if I spend some time here with him?
Yeah, sure. Who knows? Might even do him some good.
Thanks. Ben, it's Bo. It's your brother.
You are so wrong.
You are crazy about Manny. I just admit it.
No, I'm not going to admit it because it's not true, okay? No way.
Listen, I was married to him before, okay? And to say that our marriage was rocky would be the understatement of the century.
Well, this is a new century.
Drop it, Ross, okay?
Huh?
When I finally got out of that hell, I swore I would never go back.
Well, here you are.
I am not with him. I lied to him to keep him from kidnapping his kids, remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And even if Manning doesn't know why, I know why you did it.
Excuse me?
You did it for him.
How do you know that?
Well, I've needed saving from myself once in a while.
You know, I never did that. I never told you about this before, but back when Clint and I were growing up, when we were kids, we get into trouble. Sometimes, you know, broke a lamp in the house, playing ball in there, and or leave a corral gate open or something, but then Pa would always come in, set us down, and say, okay, who did it? And our answer was always the same. Wasn't us. It was our other brother. We made up this imaginary third brother. And he always took the blame for everything. Never worked. Anyway, the point is that, guess we didn't make him up, after all. Just never met him. You see, that's why you gotta come back, you know, so I can tell you all the things that you got blamed for way back then, and maybe even, you know, make up for some of it now.
You know, I'm not much one for this praying thing. Yeah, but I'm sure you remember how it feels to be desperately afraid that you're losing your husband, yeah?
Yeah, I guess so.
Right, so pray.
Is that why you called me to pray? Hey, you know, Vic, if it'll help, you know, I'll pray.
Actually, no, there is one little thing you could do that would help.
What?
You could say, I mean, if anybody asks you, that we were together at the Burns nursery at a certain time on a certain day.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna believe that I went to a nursery school. I mean, everybody knows that I hate kids.
It's not that kind of nursery.
Well, what other kind is there?
There's the gardening kind, you know, where they sell plants and stuff.
Yeah, but what the hell would I be doing there?
Well, I don't know. I don't care what you were doing there. Maybe you wanted to fix your azalea because it's sick, or, oh, you know what? Maybe you wanted to buy Max a dogwood tree.
You think Max would like a dogwood tree?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you saw me there.
At the Burns nursery.
Right. You saw me buying geraniums.
Okay, whatever you say.
Okay, cool. Now, this is the day, and this is the time, okay?
Yeah.
Memorize it, then throw it away.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. But you think maybe you could arrange for me to be invited to those fancy teas and, you know, golf stuff over at the country club?
You play golf?
Not yet.
Sure, whatever you want, yeah.
Okay, I'll do this. Hey, Vic.
What?
This doesn't have anything to do with that little trick that we played on Natalie, does it?
What's it to you if I want to have a conversation with Christian about DID? I mean, you think you're gonna use it to get Jen back?
This has nothing to do with Jen.
Everything you do has something to do with Jen. And if you think that you're just gonna eavesdrop on a private conversation just so you can break up Jen and Christian, well, think again. It's not gonna happen.
You sure that's not what you want? I mean, you're the one who's hanging out with Christian whining about DID.
Whining?
Well, what would you call it?
I would call it I was talking to Christian because he's my friend. Besides, Vicky, well, she had it a long time ago, and now with Ben hurt, I'm really concerned about her. Satisfied?
Jen, it's not like I'm keeping secrets from you. It's just this one thing that I can't tell you.
And that's not a secret?
Well, it's not about me. It's about Natalie. And it's not my place to tell anyone.
Well, I'm not just anyone. I'm your girlfriend.
Jen, you're making way too big a deal of this.
You know what I told my mom this morning? That I can't deal with secrets anymore, and that I won't deal with secrets anymore. And here you are keeping a secret from me.
Jen, I swear to you, whatever is happening with Natalie has nothing to do with you. Or me. Or us. You gotta trust me on that.
You keep saying that, but how am I supposed to trust you when you don't trust me?
Is there another entrance to this cave?
A small one.
Is there any chance like some kind of animal got in here?
No, not counting the nut job who lives down the beach. Might as well save him the trouble of stealing.
Good idea. You see, that small gesture tells me that you're not quite the bad boy you think you are.
Oh, yeah. Practically a saint. Honestly, tell you, if this place wasn't so deserted, I'm sure I'd be in some kind of trouble already.
Is that a fact?
Oh, yeah. Been on the run most of my life. I'm wanted in like 3 states.
Well, here's to hoping the people who rescue us don't know that.
Whoa, wait a minute now. I just told you I'm a wanted man. You didn't even blink.
I'm supposed to be surprised that you've been in trouble?
No.
Look, Ross, I haven't exactly been a saint all my life either.
Details.
First time I hooked up with Todd, he was trying to get custody of his daughter. He paid me $5 million to marry him.
Shut up.
It's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I fell for him. And I'd give every penny of those $5 million back, never even to have met Todd Manning.
Why, RJ, I didn't know you'd taken to come visiting Lindsay.
He didn't really have a choice. Why don't you pull up a chair? I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, I'm sure Nora has better things to do than to listen to you, Lindsay.
Anything is better.
It's life-changing stuff.
Oh, you've changed my life enough already. Thanks, Lindsay. I'm not interested.
It has to do with why RJ felt compelled to come visit me just because I asked him to.
You know, I made a promise that if I saw you here, I was going to ignore you. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can. You're behind bars, Lindsay. Exactly where you belong. And I don't need your threats, your insults, or your lies anymore. Guard! Where's my client?
Nora, it's about the drug that I gave you, the one that erased your memory.
Oh, but see, you're still stuck on it.
Not that way.
All right, you say so. I couldn't give you $5 million, but I could give you a lot of trouble. Now, you hook up with me, you're just trading in one kind of trouble for another.
Oh, believe me. Your kind of trouble is nowhere near as complicated as Todd Manning's.
Should I be insulted?
No. That's a compliment. Nothing you could have done could compete with some of Todd's accomplishments.
Well,
What? Don't tell me those arrest warrants are for some violent crime.
no, they're not. But, well, remember what Todd said, that it was my fault we're out here?
Yeah?
He's right. I just kept riding into that storm because
Why?
I was being chased.
So, you and Christian were talking about Miss Davidson's DID.
Yeah, I mean, is that so hard to believe? She had like 7 personalities.
A while ago.
Yeah, a while ago.
But you and Christian just happened to be talking about it today.
Yes. I mean, it's caused by extreme trauma, and I'm scared to death that Vicky already had it. You know what? You, of all people, should understand a person being concerned for their mother.
Look, I do, but come on.
But nothing. My stepfather might be dying here, and I was talking to Christian as a friend. I'm worried about Vicky, and you know what? That's none of your business. And your business, as far as I'm concerned, is dreaming up ridiculous ways to get Jen back.
I do want Jen back. You know why? Because I've seen Christian with you, and I know that he's gonna hurt her again. She deserves better than that.
Christian and I are just friends. Nothing will ever happen between the two of us, okay?
Jen...
Leave me alone. You and your secrets.
Jen.
Now, you listen to me. Natalie deserved every single thing we did to her.
Yeah, now look, she was born a little brat and then she's become a bigger brat.
Exactly, exactly. The only thing is, that little thing we did, now we gotta kind of forget about it. Okay? Because if anybody finds out about the little trick we played and they don't quite understand it, we could wind up in jail.
In jail?
Yeah.
In jail? What are you talking about? What have you got me into, Vicky?
Nothing. It's gonna be okay, okay? You keep doing what you've been doing. You know, bad-mouthing Natalie all over this town. You just keep that up, okay? Whoops.
Huh?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing in here with Roxanne when Ben needs you?
I'm gonna find whoever did this to you. Because there's no way you just fell out that window. I don't know who pushed you or why, but I'm gonna find out because that's my job. And your job is to come back to us. And we can get to know each other better, you know, and we can be what brothers really should be.
Bo.
How's he doing?
There's no change.
It's all my fault that you didn't get to know him as a brother. If I'd told your pa sooner that we had a son, everything would have been different for all of us.
No. You can blame that on me, Renee. I was so damn difficult, you were really afraid to tell me.
Did you hear that? Pa's actually blaming himself for something.
Hey, you open your eyes, Ben. I swear, I'll put it in writing.
You know, I've always said, when it comes to family, you are an old softy.
This could be the beginning of a whole new Asa Buchanan. If that's not worth waking up for, I don't know what is. We gotta get some help.
I think so.
What about the drug that you gave me? What is it? What am I supposed to know? There's side effects?
None that I know of.
Then what the hell are you talking about?
Just one last missing piece of information.
Mrs. Buchanan,
Yes.
I have some information about your client.
I'll be just a minute. We're not finished.
Don't you tell her.
You know what that means.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Lindsay, what is this little piece of missing information that you have about the drug you gave me?
It's just that ever since I gave it to you, my life has been hell on earth.
Okay, and how does that affect my relationship with RJ?
I'm paying in all sorts of ways since I did that. My lawyer fees were astronomical. I'm swimming in debt, and RJ has agreed to help me. He might buy my art gallery.
Right. I'm thinking about getting into the art business.
Christian loves you, Jen.
Yeah, he loves me so much, he won't even tell me what's going on between you two.
Jen, come on.
Don't blame him. Blame me.
Well, I blame both of you.
Jen, wait a minute.
Christian, wait.
I gotta talk to Jen, Natalie.
No, enough is enough, okay? I'm gonna fix these problems between you and Jen.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell Bo the truth.
Are you okay, Jen? What is it? Is it your uncle?
It's Christian.
What did he do?
He's keeping secrets from me about Natalie. I've tried to understand. I've tried to accept their friendship. I mean, I have friends that are guys. He should be able to have a friend that's a girl, but
But what?
why does it have to be her? She's so weird. She's doing all these bizarre things, and she's denying them, and now Christian's believing her
Wait a
instead of
second.
me.
What bizarre things? What exactly has Natalie been doing?
Jessica, what happened? Is there any news? Is Ben dead?
No. The last time I checked, nothing's changed.
Oh, good.
Well, I gotta go. You know, I hope your husband's better, and it's good to see you, kiddo.
Roxanne, you forgot something.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Oh, the most awful woman, just awful. I mean, she came in here gushing with empathy over Ben. You know, I don't even know how she found out about it. And do you know what she really wanted? She was trying to hit me up for more favors.
You know, being raised by Roxanne, it's no wonder that Natalie's so messed up.
No wonder that Natalie is capable of anything, even hurting Ben.
You really think that?
Well, I don't know what to think, you know? But trying to figure out exactly what happened is the only thing that's keeping me from slipping into the abyss.
Mom, Ben is gonna be okay.
Well, I'm praying. But whether he lives or not, I want to make sure that Natalie, well, okay, whoever was responsible is punished.
You think Natalie did it, don't you?
Oh, don't you? It's just awful, isn't it? I mean, I know it's awful. She's my daughter. But yes, I do think she's capable of doing it. Which is why I have to know. Did you tell your Uncle Bo that you saw Natalie in my room before and after Ben fell out the window? Where are the doctors? Where's Larry? Oh, my God, Asa, look. The monitor, his heart has stopped. Please, somebody, do something.
You say him, you hear?
Billy, I'm doing everything I can. Now clear the room right now.
Well, let him do his job.
You got a pulse?
I want this room cleared now. Give me another lead, please. What the hell are you saying? Ben is dead?
Oh, my God, no!
Come on, let's wait outside. Give him room to work. Come on.
This whole thing happened at Land Fair.
You were with Natalie.
Yeah, I called her and left a message saying I was going there, and then once I got there, she ran away from me.
Why?
I don't know. That's what's so weird about it. I had to chase her all the way under the ground.
Wait, she just kept on running away from you?
Yeah. And then I saw her go into the garden shed, so I followed her in there and was looking around, and then all of a sudden she just popped out and just pushed me into the dirt.
You're kidding. Did she hurt you?
No, not really.
Well, did she ever tell you what her deal was?
No, she denied it. And Christian believed her instead of me.
He thought you were lying.
But I wasn't.
Of course you were.
And then all this thing happened with Uncle Ben, and it just, I know he's keeping something from me. He told me he was.
He told you that he was keeping a secret from you.
He said it didn't have anything to do with me and him. Either he doesn't trust me, or he just doesn't want to tell me what's really going on between him and Natalie.
Come on. Come on, honey. I'll walk you to your car, okay?
After what Natalie did, and then Christian taking her aside, I feel like I'm losing my best friend.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Natalie, you can't tell the commissioner.
I have to, Christian. You know, I can't do this to Jen. You keeping my secret, it's destroying her. It's destroying the two of you.
No, it's not. And anyway, let me worry about me and Jen, huh?
Christian, you are my best friend. And you love Jen. And I want to make the two of you happy. I want you guys to be happy, and that's why I have to tell Bo the truth.
You don't even know what the truth is.
I know that I have some kind of split personality thing or something. And even if I don't remember pushing Ben out that window, I know that I must have done it, and that's exactly what I'm going to tell Bo, okay?
Natalie. No. You can't do that.
Yes, I told Bo about seeing Natalie.
Yeah. I mean, seeing her in my bedroom window before and after Ben fell, right?
Yeah, but, you know, it could have been just a coincidence,
Oh,
maybe.
you don't believe that.
Let's just forget about all this stupid police stuff and concentrate on Ben and praying that he makes it,
Yes,
you know?
now I'm concentrating. Believe me, I am concentrating. I just feel so guilty.
What? Why?
Because I brought that girl into my home, our home, and I didn't know anything about her. And the more I learn about her, let me tell you something. If she's the one who pushed Ben out the window, and if he dies, it's my fault.
No. Are you kidding? No, it is not. If Natalie pushed him, she is the only one to blame, Mom.
You really believe that?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Then you definitely have to tell your Uncle Bo every single thing you know about Natalie, all your suspicions, everything.
Wait, let me get this straight. Todd was right? The reason we're shipwrecked is because of you?
Well, not the whole reason.
Oh, this better be good.
You're part of the reason. I mean, you said we were going to go pick up the kids, so I took the boat out, heading for the cove.
And?
Well, you two guys were down below. You were arguing about, something or other. And I was topside, and I saw this boat I had seen before, and,
And what?
And it was the feds. I'm sure. Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't about to take any chances.
Oh, so you just drove us straight into a storm? That's your idea of not taking any chances, Ross?
Yeah, I've weathered plenty of storm in my day.
You didn't weather this one too well, Ross.
Well, you didn't thank your lunatic pal for that. He grabbed the wheel and ran us over the reef.
Okay. Now, why are the feds after you?
Well, I ran a little hedge fund in New York, incorporated there, and in...
2 other states.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. On illegal hedge fund, I guess?
Well, not at first, but I took some unexpected losses. I decided to cover up. Things just ballooned out of control. Let's just say the Security and Exchange Commission took a dim view of my trading policies.
So, to keep you out of jail, I am on some godforsaken island in the middle of nowhere? Oh, that's great, Ross.
Well, hey, if that's the way you want to see it...
Oh, that's not the way I want to... Hold on. Wait, the feds. The feds are looking for you. They're looking for us.
See, I wouldn't count on that. They probably assume I've drowned. I mean, they're not spending a whole lot of resources looking for my poor remains.
That's great. That's just great.
Actually, I'm pretty safe here. Not much chance of extradition, and having you here with me, even as angry as you obviously are right now, well, hell, makes it pretty worthwhile.
Newsflash, Ross. I don't give a damn if this is a great place for you to be right now. I hate you for what you've done to me, and I hate you for what you've done to Todd over some shady stock trades.
Come on, let's not lose it right now, okay, Taya? Let's sit down.
No! No! I am going to go down to the beach, and I'm going to wait for something. Anything. I just need a little... what I wouldn't give for just a little bit of hope.
I'm really sorry.
Someone's gonna find us, right? They better. They better find us fast, because I can't take any more of this! Oh, no!
I can help you.
No, it's just a bird!
I know it hurts. Let me help you. Please, please, you can hate me all you want, but let me help you. Hang on.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'll never stop being sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, too. I don't hate you, Ross. What good would that do? But someone will find us soon, right?
Yes, son.
She doesn't deserve your help, RJ.
What help? It's a legitimate business deal. Look, I buy an art gallery, end of story.
If you say so. Oh, and if you need a lawyer, don't call me.
So I assume you're going to help me?
Yeah, yes. I will help you.
Well, you don't have to be so enthusiastic.
But if Carrie ever finds out about this, there will be hell to pay. Do you understand me?
Look, the only thing that I'm worried about when I get out of here is not getting caught. I'm having my own problems with my daughter. I am not interested in messing things up with you and yours.
I love you.
I love you too. This day couldn't be any more perfect.
I think it could be. Carrie, will you marry me?
Jess. I've been looking all over for you.
Here I am.
I am so sorry about your stepfather.
Oh, that's awful. I can't stop worrying about Ben, you know? And...
And?
I can't.
You can't.
I can't.
What?
I can't. I hate pointing fingers, you know, but... My mom already knows what I'm feeling. She guessed it right away. No matter how hard I'm trying to hide it, she knew. But...
Jess, what are you talking about? Hide what?
I think I know who did this to Ben.
Who?
Natalie. Natalie pushed Ben out the window.
Now, you can't go confessing to something that you don't remember doing. Something that there's no proof of you doing, Natalie.
Well, what about all those weird things that happened? You know, like the stuff that Jen said that I did to her, and the clothes that I bought from Silver Moon. There is no other explanation, okay? Whoever this alter ego is, she's the one who did that stuff, and she's the one who wrote the things in my laptop about Ben, and she's the one who pushed Ben through the window.
Yeah, okay, but you can't go jumping to conclusions. First, you gotta see what's what in this whole thing.
What? And just let your relationship with Jen go down the tubes while you keep my secret?
Either one of you seen Vicky?
No.
Thanks.
Wait, Bo. I need to talk to you.
About what?
I need to talk to you about Ben.
What's happening? Are we losing him? Is he dying?
His heart stopped, Vicky. We were talking to him, and his heart stopped.
Oh, my God! The monitors just stopped. The sound was terrible.
Larry's in there with him now. That's all we know.
Good work.
Oh, what's happening, Larry?
He's all right. What? Yeah, I don't even understand how this happened, but he's all right.
Are you telling me he's going to pull through?
But just now, his heart...
I know, as I said, I don't understand how it happened, but an EKG lead fell off his chest, and that set the monitor sounding.
Well, wait a minute. You mean his heart didn't stop? He's not dead?
Oh, it's even better than that. As far as I'm concerned, it's a genuine miracle, but he's coming out of the coma. He's waking up.